Ladies and gentlemen, today we have found a rare opportunity, one of the most sought after pre-owned Prevos on the market. This is a 2017 Prevost Emerald X3 double slide. Today we're hanging out here with Brian Thomson from Transwest, the Emerald rep here. How you doing today, sir?
Doing great. How are you, Andrew?
Excellent, thank you.
Good.
I know this coach just came in on trade, literally like hours before we got here. What is the story with this 2017 Emerald?
It's a great coach. Yeah, it's a 2017 Emerald that some folks traded in on a new 2026 H345 quad slide. So we took this in on trade from those folks.
Well, always great to hear that folks are staying in the Emerald family and they enjoyed this coach so much that they stepped up to a new 26 Emerald. But what is the miles on this coach and what's the story?
This coach is going to have about 103,000 miles on it. It's a great coach. It's got double slides, lots of storage inside and outside the coach. And the folks that took care of it are just very particular people, so it's in great condition and ready for new owners.
And this exterior color combination is very striking with the black, red, and then that classic Prevost stainless siding. And then even the rear end of this coach, the styling when we were driving behind it earlier, just an incredible look outside here.
Yeah, I think it's very striking. It's very classy. I like the way the lines go straight through with little curves in the middle, but full wrap around, the black mask going through the windows all the way through.
And if you see closely, there's a heavy black metallic in that paint job as well. Very deep, rich colors.
Incorporating the awnings as well, so the paint continues up into the awnings, and it's just very tastefully done with the paint job.
And we did have a chance to film some newer 23s and one brand new 24 demo unit that you do have available here at Transwest. And on all of those, they all had the big batwing awnings. Does this have the big awnings like we saw on those H's?
Yeah, the same Girard awnings, 2 on each side, and they go the full length of the coach.
Super expensive awnings, and that'll come in handy. I'm a big fan of the double slides, kind of a utilitarian coach, very livable while it's going down the road. But before we take a look at the interior of this coach, do you think we could take a look around the exterior bays?
Yeah, sure. Let's open the bays and take a look around. The front bay's a full pass-through. You've got your chairs that the people like so much down below there. You've got a slide-out trays on the other side.
Yeah, signature Emerald lawn chairs, and I love that they've got this little space. And then the fact that there's a little bit of cardboard in between these is telling a story of the previous owners that were really caring for their stuff when they do little stuff like that to make sure that these aren't rubbing on each other while they're going down the road. And such a nice setup to have a nice spot for those so they're not taking up a bunch of space in your bays. Now this isn't quite as tall of bays as the H's that we've seen, but this is going to have a lot more headroom in the interior.
Correct, yeah. So the bays are going to be wider, not quite as tall as the H's. Some other features in here, we do have the slide out motor down here in the event you have an emergency and you needed to run the room in for some reason. Primarily storage area, so lots of storage.
And are these Prevost slides on this?
These are Prevost slides, so factory slides, and what I like about those is all the slide out hardware is above the floor, so you're maximizing all the underfloor storage inside and outside the coach.
Yeah, and these Prevost bay doors, when you open and close these, nothing like the X model Prevost doors. I think this is the most robust door in the industry. It's like opening and closing a vault. There's a lot of AV stuff going on in this bay. What's all going on here?
Yeah, so this would be the low voltage system for your lights and touch pads that are inside the coach. That's what's in this bay. Some relays and breakers out here as well. You do have your transfer switch for the power that comes in. And then they do have some bypasses. You can bypass the inverters in the event of an inverter issue. You can bypass it and just use power straight from the generator or the shore. So primarily an electronics bay here to where they keep that.
Looks like the plumbing bay here. Is this the manifold system here?
So that's the manifold system, and it's very well labeled. So we've got the hot side and the cold water side here. We have some switches for the gray tank, black tank, your auxiliary pump. You do have a tank monitor there as well. Inside this compartment, you do have a place where you can keep, maybe your gloves here. You've got a soap dispenser. When you open this up, you've got your generator battery in there. You do have your shore power. Your dump area for black and gray is inside this bay.
And what's this vented area here? It looks like some sort of a cooling system for maybe the generator?
Yeah, I think that's a generator radiator right there.
Yeah, there's that big, is that a 20 kW PowerTech generator?
Yep, so 20 kW PowerTech generator, and then the radiator was on the front, but it's sitting on the airbags, keeping it protected from the vibration, as well as a steel box, fully insulated, sound deadening in there. So
it looks like a fire suppression system back here.
Yeah, this is a area where you do have a lot of electronics in here. You do have, it's a diesel generator, so the possibility of something happening in that bay, so the fire suppression in there. And then fans in there to keep air circulating.
And that's more of a service bay, so it doesn't have the handle on it like we saw in the other bays, but there's a couple quick releases to open that up.
Right.
I see a locking fuel door here. What's the diesel fuel capacity of this coach?
This is a 200-gallon fuel tank on the X3.
You put a lot of miles down with one of those.
You can travel quite a ways.
Coming around to the rear end of the coach, such a cool style. One of the best looking rear ends in the Prevost industry, the way they brought in that rear cap to tie in with those integrated awnings.
I really like the way that Emerald designed the front and rear cowlings to incorporate the awnings into it and just really finish off the back cap and front cap really nice.
And then Volvo D13 back here.
There's a Volvo D13 engine, yep, and it does have 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. It's a great engine, solid. Prevost's been installing the Volvo engines for quite a number of years now.
Yes, sir. What's the towing capacity on this coach?
Towing capacity is going to be 20,000 pounds.
Looks like an air hook up there. Is that going to be for like an air brake for a tow vehicle?
I believe the owners of the coach had an air system for their tow vehicle. As we walk around, this is more of the service of the engine area, but we've got some storage potential back here. We do have a hydronic heating systems up here, so the Webasto is here, so that's going to run your hydronic fluid through the engine, through the coach, through the bays, and so this is a good source for hot water, heating your coach in cool temperatures.
Yeah, super clean back here as well.
Prevost does a great job of just keeping a very open area, but it's also protected from the elements.
And I heard that the previous owners of this were pretty meticulous.
Yeah, they're very particular about a lot of things that they own, but especially the bus. They took very good care of it, and then of course they got a new one that they'll take care of as well. So inside this bay, we're going to have your plumbing bay. It's your Headhunter water pump there, as well as an accessory water pump. You do have your water filter here, an accumulator tank. This is your hydronic heating register to keep this bay warm in cool climates, and then we've got your hot water heaters here. This is an electric bay heater, so if you didn't want to necessarily run your hydronic system, you could run an electric heater in there.
Now, what's the holding tank capacity on this coach?
The holding tank capacity on this is 180 gallons for fresh, and then about 85 for the black and the gray. And of course, Emerald does build the RVIA standards, and RVIA has the standards of having separate black and gray. So, they incorporate that into their holding tanks.
Yes, sir. And I think Emerald's one of the only Prevost converters, if not the only Prevost converter that builds to RVIA code.
It's a possibility. I know that they've promoted in some of their brochures before, so I'm not sure about some of the other converters, but I know that they are for sure. In the next bay forward, we do have a sound bar here. We have a slide out tray. We've got a pull-out TV with the subwoofer, some audio video here. It does look like the folks who owned this before had taken out the TV that was in the slide room. Could be reinstalled. They included it with the coach, so it's still here, but they wanted that open visibility inside. But it's here in the bay. We've got a remote control out here for the awnings. A lot of storage area with the slide-out tray.
We've got some serious under-awning patio space here. And that's a big advantage of the double slide, is you don't have slide rooms coming out, taking up space out here. Then you have easy access to your bays, and that's got to be close to 30, 35 feet of awning there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Having this on the entertainment side, having a lot of space, the way the bay doors go up close to the coach. Yeah, I mean, this is a real usable area. Pull your TV out, entertain your folks. We'll move into the forward bay. This bay is going to be full pass-through storage, like we said, and then it's got the manual slide-out tray.
Yeah, and these are independent, but because it's so wide, you've got room for two separate slide trays here. That's got to be like 6 feet wide, or how wide is this bay? 5 feet at least?
I'd have to be sure to look at the Prevost brochure, but yeah, it could be 5 feet. Yep.
Yeah, and what else is going on up front here?
Up front here, of course, you're going to see LED lighting. We've got a fire extinguisher. Gussets on the other side, since this is a double slide, and Prevost puts the gussets in to take into consideration the structural stability of the coach.
Yeah, kind of nice, simple utilitarian exterior here, but the interior is beautiful. Do you think we could take a look inside?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a look inside the coach.
It's hard to believe it's the middle of the day. We've got all of these blinds down, and it's nice and cool and dark on a hot Colorado day. But what's the story of the interior of this coach?
Yeah, so I really like the interior of this coach. We've got the dual recliners with the opposing J sofa. As we go through the coach, you're going to see a nice booth dinette. There's a mid bathroom with the shower across from it, and then you've got dual entries into the bath. A nice size galley, so there's a lot of storage, lots to talk about inside the coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got almost like a Western feel to it, but still a very modern, contemporary Western. I love these wood floors. You know, what type of floors these are? Or?
I'm not sure of the style of wood. What I like about it is it's at a diagonal, so you know it's not straight through the coach, but you're looking at it, so it's a little offset like that. I also like around the window boxes, how they've done the touch of wood around that with the window valances. I just really like the way that they've incorporated the wood into the living area, carrying it into the galley.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a lot more headroom in the X than we do in the H, not quite as much height in the bays, but I like the headroom and then the openness of the windows, not having any cabinets overhead here in the front of the coach really gives it a nice open feel. And then when we open all these blinds up, you've got that huge kind of a panoramic view out of the big Prevost windows.
Yeah, it's so true. Like inside this coach, and that's one of the things that Prevost really promotes is their panoramic views, tall windows, and they wrap around the slide rooms. I know that was something that was really important to these customers.
And then also in the X, we have the flat floor going to the captain's chairs up here. And while we were standing back there, I noticed how bright this screen is here. You can see right now the rear view camera. We've got a golf cart back there. Here at Transwest, they've got semi trucks. They sell a lot more than just Prevost and RVs here at Transwest.
They do, yeah. They touch a lot of different products. They're a very large organization, and you're right, they got trucks, trailers, and RVs.
Well, the Emerald is the top of everything they carry. This is the best of the best that you're gonna find. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, the Emeralds are unbelievable. A lot of things that appeal to people with the X3, not only in the exterior with the stainless steel, but it is the driver and passenger seats being at that same level.
Absolutely, and then not a step up to come up to the cockpit area. Now, is there a TV that comes out of the ceiling up front here?
The TV does drop down out of the ceiling. It's a nice size TV.
Yeah, it's nice having that TV, and then it looks like there's a TV that can go here in the slide room if someone wants to have a second TV to watch while the slide rooms are in while it's going down the road.
That's right. These folks actually preferred to have the panoramic window, so they asked for that to be removed. But I did see that it was in the bay, so that could be reinstalled. We also have on the drop-down TV that we drop down, there's a sound bar up there with a subwoofer. So that's another nice feature for the audio video in the living room.
Yeah, I know Emerald always has a lot of cool stuff with their audio video. Now this has a booth, really popular floor plan, and this is a large booth as well. I like to show people, you know, not all motorhome booths are same style. You want to sit down, Brian, and show off size here?
You comfortably fit, you know, a few people here, and you know, good area to, if somebody wanted to reinstall that TV and just watch the TV, or you know, watch the big TV in the front. Yeah, but yeah, it's very comfortable. I like the leather. It's very soft, and it does extend out, so you know, you can fit a couple people there.
Well, we have a little bit of overhead storage space here, but because of the height of this X3, I don't feel claustrophobic. And then we still have a nice view out of this window if you've got a view on this side of the coach. So.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing I was just noticing is the slide rooms seem to be taller as well.
And when we open up these cabinets, you can see they're well lit inside, and then also indirect lighting above the cabinets to give them that kind of floating look. Same thing here in the galley. Lots of nice indirect lighting, and there's even a little small solid surface. If you get a close-up, it looks like it matches the countertop. Just a nice little touch just to take it to the next level.
Yeah, I like the way that they've accented off of the wood with the countertop, solid surface material. Yeah, it's a very clean look and really elegant.
Well, this is cool what they did with the different tiers of countertops. So you have different levels just to give it a nice look and feel and kind of break everything up so it's not too, you know, too boring.
Right, and you know, it's very easy to maintain if they're, you know, if you're doing some food prep here and something spills, you know, it's not going to go into a windowsill or something along those lines. So you just keep this area really nice. And so yeah, I really like what they did here with the backsplash and incorporating the backsplash all the way around.
Yes, sir. And I like the matte wood. It's just a nice, warm, real cozy feel inside of this coach with this, what do they call that? A cherry wood?
It looks like cherry to me.
Yes, sir,
that's what I was going to describe it as for sure. And lots of upper cabinet storage.
Very well lit inside of all these cabinets too. When we open these up, we've got a nice silverware drawer here, or a pretty deep drawer here above the Fisher Paykel dishwasher. And then we also have a Wolf induction cooktop, a Viking microwave convection oven, nice deep drawer space here, and a little bit of storage above the microwave as well. And then I think we've got some good pantry space here too. It does have a lot of the decor that comes with the coach currently being staged in here, and some nice smells coming out of this closet. And again, well lit with adjustable shelving. Ton of storage here.
Yeah, I take it there's a fragrant candle in there probably.
Something like that.
Yeah, that would work really good out in this coach.
We see the new Emeralds, and they're getting pretty wild with their new accent walls, but I like this. You know, the simple straight lines, real clean design, upholstered walls with this accent wall. And even, you know, this has a little two-tone, the same pattern, but in a different color, and it just really flows well.
Yeah, I like the way that they've incorporated this all the way through the living room into the dinette area. They've just done a really nice job of setting contrasting colors and making it real appealing.
Yes, sir. And then the face of the refrigerator matches the cabinets with that matte cherry wood. And we do have a pocket door. Now it's locked into place right now. We can flip this down, and then just one less thing that can break, and even an upholstered inlay on this pocket door here before we go into the middle of the coach. And if you want to lock that into place while it's in the closed position, you can do that as well. Real high-end build quality. When you open and close these doors, you can really feel it.
As we continue through the coach, this is going to be the bathroom area. So you're going to have dual entries. You'd shown the pocket door here, so it's giving privacy all the way throughout. But you do have another pocket door here as well to give the bedroom privacy. Entrance, and your shower across the way. So this would be how you would enter from the front of the coach.
And then I can pop in here in these Jack and Jill doors here.
Yeah.
And I like that. If if you have guests staying out on that bed, you could close off this rear door, and then the bathroom is kind of neutral territory. So, both parties could use this bathroom without having to walk by each other in the middle of the night.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. And then with the shower across, and you're taller than I am, so you're good to demo the shower.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I want to just double check if there is a mirror, because I know the front pocket door does have a mirror. Oh, it's an upholstered wall here. If you're looking from the front of the coach towards the back, you're going to see upholstery. If you're at the back of the coach looking to the front, you've got full-length mirrors. So I like the versatility, but beautiful shower with the different contrasts of tile. And this is over the top with even tile work in the ceiling. And there is going to be a vent hidden above here, but I've got plenty of headroom, plenty of space, small spot to maybe sit down, or gals are shaving their legs, a little spot to do that, and a nice shampoo cubby. And you can see the shower head. I've got plenty of room here. I'm 6'2". I could comfortably shower in this coach. And then again, indirect lighting, and even that solid surface like we saw on the galley countertop, just on the ceiling here to tie it all together. Just a lot of really nice touches like that. And then when we come into the rear suite, there's a nice full-length mirror, so you can make sure you're looking good before you head out. You do have a stackable Bosch washer and dryer here in the front of your bedroom. Now, double slide here, but a totally different ceiling design here in the bedroom, and really a lot of room, especially for a double slide.
Yeah, there's a lot of changing area in this room. There's also a lot of storage. King size bed back here, lots of storage in the closet area. So yeah, it's a really nice area back here for a couple.
Yeah, full walk-in closet back there. But then we have a second sink here towards the front of the bedroom. Some nice medicine cabinet space. And even when we look at the inside of this medicine cabinet, you can see that cherry wood on the face of the shelves, all lined. You can open and close the windows here if you want to get a little cross breeze in the rear bedroom. They'll actually tilt out. We do have the blinds down right now, but you can see these blinds are in excellent condition. We forgot to mention that we've been looking at all these new coaches, so it's hard to remember. This is a 2017, but still, like when we look at the blinds, everything is in excellent condition. When we open all these cabinets, I'm not seeing any stains. It's really telling a story of the owners that took care of this coach.
Right, yeah, some of the coaches we've been in, we've seen the late model 2023s, and so this 2017 is an excellent coach, very well cared for. And I do like the visibility back here. Of course, we have the fixed TV with the sound bar on this side. Above the bed, we have a full-length window without the cabinets above, so it's a real nice touch there, leaving the full visibility for the window.
Yeah, a lot of headroom here in this slide room, so when you wake up, You know, when you have those low cabinets, it gives you that motorhome feel. But I can imagine waking up in this coach, especially with the ceiling design, I would think I was staying in a high-end Jackson Hole resort or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
it's a very comfortable area back here and a lot of space.
And then a full walk-in closet still in the back of the coach?
Yeah, so you come in here, you've got full hanging all the way around a bar, hanging bars back here, as well as some cabinet storage. You do have a safe back here. Of course, this is the engine area, so it's, you know, utilizing the space above the engine.
Yeah, can you pull that drawer out again? Did I see a solid surface divider that matches the countertops even inside of the drawer?
Yep.
Just a nice little touch, a lot of nice touches in this coach.
Yeah, so this is a great area, lots of storage for his and her belongings. Back here what we have is touchpad, so this is for the low voltage lighting, heating, air conditioning, and then you have the hardwired buttons here as well, reading lights. We have a 110 outlet with the USB ports, plus we have the earphone that connects to the front door. If somebody comes to the door, rings the doorbell, or rings the earphone, you'll see who's at the door.
Oh, Brian, this is awesome to see a rare Prevost Emerald X double slide on the market. Now, if someone's a serious and qualified buyer, how much money do they need to become the next owner of this coach?
Well, I think that's a great question. I hesitate to answer because we just got this coach in over the weekend, so it's so new to us. You know, we got a little work to do, but I encourage people to call and inquire, and we'll definitely get that to them.
Who can someone get a hold of if they want to become the next owner of this coach?
Well, I would certainly encourage them to call me. Again, it's Brian Thompson. My cell phone number is 214-551-3080, and it's brian.thomson at transwest.com. Yeah, so I just encourage people to reach out to Transwest RV and ask for me.
And you're the Emerald rep here at Transwest?
Right, I'm the Emerald sales specialist, and yeah, I can answer any of the questions.
Awesome. Well, Brian, thank you very much for your time, sir. Appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, same to you, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Also greatly appreciate all of you out there sharing, liking, and subscribing. We hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.